let me do a brief recap. Okay, so here is this new product, VEO-SWC44. Remember, this is a wireless presentation and conference switcher. Okay, so in terms of I&O in hardware, as you can see here in the picture, the main feature that we are going to highlight is the 3 USB 3.0 ports and the USB-C port that you see there. Okay, those ports are aimed to connect video conference per USB peripherals. Okay, to help you with your video conferencing in wireless fashion. Okay. Also, as you can see, we have an HDMI out, 4K HDMI out, and 2 network LAN ports, okay, 2 independent network LAN ports for you to do the organization in your installations in terms of connectivity. And last but not least, you have a line out port with 3.5 millimeter stereo jack, commonly known as mini jack, and also an RS-232 serial port. Okay. On the front, you also have a USB 2.0 and a USB-C for configuration purposes. Okay, so again, important. The main purpose of this device is to fulfill wireless solutions, okay, in your workspace. So in that sense, there's a lot of complementary functionalities that come with this switcher. I want to share some of them with you. For example, it's important for us to have a device that has not only one but 3 ways to connect to it. Okay, we're going to get into this a bit later, but or as a brief starting. Okay, remember, you have wireless native protocols compatibility. There is AirPlay, Miracast, or Chromecast, and also you have a dongle option to connect. Okay, wireless transmitters in dongle hardware, and also you can do this with a native app. Okay, also you have 4 simultaneous multi-view split screen, and also you can have up to 16 more participants on hold. So to make a total of 20 users that can be connected, okay, at the same time with the switcher. So in that sense, also another thing that's very interesting is that you have an annotation tool, okay, to write notes in the screen that you are sharing, and you can customize the background that's sharing in the home screen. We will get into this a bit later. Okay. So here is also a sneak peek in terms of the wireless transmitters and the app that I was telling you about. We have 2 flavors of wireless dongles, an HDMI 1 and a USB-C 1. Okay, and also the app that we are calling VEO-Share. In terms of functionality, this application works like a virtual dongle, if you want. Okay, it's a software emulation that is going to let a user also do a transmission from a PC or from a Mac. Okay, so take for example, there are a lot of applications that and solutions that we could implement with this kind of device, but just to illustrate a bit the working logic of this product, let me show you. Let me share with you this quick example. So let's say we have a medium meeting room, okay, that we want to install a video conference infrastructure. So in that sense, we will be getting, for example, a PTZ cam or a USB mic. Okay. Then we are going to have a main screen of the room for all the participants to be able to know what we are delivering to the far end. We have our host, our PC host, that's going to be hosting and launching the video conference software. We have obviously you, the user, that want to use this infrastructure. And also we have our switcher. So what is the fashion that we are going to interconnect all these little nodes? Okay, so first of all, obviously through USB wire, we're going to connect the video conference peripherals to the switcher. The switcher then is going to be connected to the screen. Okay, up from here it's almost clear, I think. And then usually what we would do with a normal presentation switcher is to connect the laptop host or the equipment that's doing the video conference and is conducting this software, to connect it to the switcher. Okay, so in that situation, okay, everything can go smoothly. But in other scenarios, we may be wanting to have the switcher maybe on the ceiling. Okay, we may want it to have it behind the screen, under the table, I don't know. But the main objective is to get free of cables. Okay, stop the messier that's becoming our tables with all the cables laying around. So in that sense, this product, what is going to allow you is to wirelessly connect the host PC with the switcher and make use of this infrastructure, as well as to present content. Okay, so you can either go with the wireless transmitter connected in a plug and play kind of connection to the PC, or you can also launch the app to do the same, but with software. Okay, and you are ready to go and to share your content with the switcher. So once you do that, that is either with the dongle or with the app, you are now wirelessly sharing your content with the main screen. Okay. So as I was saying, this is a very schematic and very simple example, but I think it illustrates very well what we want to accomplish when we purchase these kind of solutions. Okay. So now what I'm going to show you right now is a bit of the configuration we can implement in the switcher. Okay, how we're going to do this, and also I'm going to go about the working flow that we are going to follow, the first steps that we want to follow. Okay, when we first connect this kind of switcher to our room. So without further ado, this is the home screen that's going to be appearing. Okay, when you connect the HDMI out of the switcher into the main display on a room. So what do we have here? Okay, so in the center part, what you can see is a brief summary of the connecting methods that we can use to connect to this, to share your screen with this with VEO-SWC44. Okay, as you can see, remember, iOS, it's AirPlay, obviously. Android, there are several ways to connect. Okay, we're going to go into this a bit later. You have also Miracast, and then you have the dongle or VEO-Share app. Okay, also here in the bottom part of the screen, you can see the name of the device, you can see password, you can also see network information, etc., etc. Okay. There's also a moderator tab. Okay, that's going to show all the devices that are connected, and it will also lend you even control which one goes and which one exits this application. But let me go into this in a moment. Okay, so as I was telling you before, we have several additional features that are interesting. For example, this whiteboard, okay? When you select it, you can write this whiteboard. There's also shapes that you can use here, sorry. For example, a screen, you can change color, okay? Once you are done, you can also save this picture and download it, okay? And use it for whatever need you have. So, okay. Once you connect the switcher to the screen, the first thing you want to do, okay, is to pair one of the dongles. So let me show you what's going to happen. You connect, for example, HDMI dongle to the front USB-C port, okay, and now it's going to pair this dongle with the base station, with the switcher, okay. This is the first thing you need to do. The default working mode that the device has, okay, is internal hotspot. So that means that there's no any kind of network connectivity configured. The only way to share a screen of a laptop with the switcher is going to be with the dongles, okay? So you need to pair it, and now you are ready to connect it to your device and start sharing the screen, as you will see in a moment, okay? So now, this is the screen of my laptop here. You can see that latency is pretty good. I have launched Ecler Net Manager right now, okay? Very interesting. So let me continue with more connections. I'm going to show you the moderator tab, like right here. There's two right now, okay? USB-C dongle that's in one of my laptops, and also you have the wireless HDMI dongle that I'm going to start right now. Okay, so we have two screens at the same time right now. I could also add a third one. This one I'm going to do using the app, for example. So I'm going to go to the third equipment that I have. I'm going to launch the ad. You're going to see it right in a minute, okay? Important thing, you need to remember the password, okay, to connect to with the app. So we go to the password. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to be sharing another screen with you using the app that's right here. Obviously, this can be minimized, so anything bothers you, okay, and you're good to go. It's the same as a dongle, but in software. I'm going to go back to 3 screens right now, and you're going to see how I can control all of them. I can make one the main one. I can go back to 3-layer multi-screen. Same. I can stop transmission. I can get it back in. So this is pretty interesting. Going with the annotation tool, one of the purposes, the main purposes of this device is also focused on education solutions. So, for example, if you had a touchscreen panel, this device could be also doing the same, but with the finger, selecting which screen goes and which screen stays. Okay, so also, for example, let me choose one of them. Okay, Ecler web page. Now we have the annotation tool, but without the whiteboard. That means that I can outline things, okay, on live here. I can point out to other things also. That will help me illustrate my classes, for example, or my presentations. And the same, once I finish, I can either store this frozen screen, this screen that I want to share with my colleagues, for example, into a USB flash drive that's connected to the switcher. You only have to connect it, and USB disk will be available, or you can save it to the internal storage, name it, and this screen will appear, okay, letting you download it either from a QR code or through this IP address, okay, that when you enter it to the web browser, it will let you download it. So this is annotation. Let me go back to main purpose. Okay, so let's move on. For example, now what I want to show you is the web settings, okay, that we have in this switcher, and that will let you configure more and more features. So right now you should be seeing my web browser, okay? So you just have to type in the IP address that's configured on the device, and you will be launching this web settings page. The first page that you're going to see is a portal from which you can download the app, okay? You have it available for macOS, for Windows, and also for Android. So important here, mobile devices can go either AirPlay or Android app. Why is that? Because Android has such fragmentation between systems that it was complicated to work around. It's difficult to know how to share the screen of a mobile phone with Android system, because there are several implementations. So we want to offer you this app as well, that's going to work the same one as the laptop, and that's going to unify all the experiences that you can do with an Android portal device. Okay, so here you have it for download. Okay, so if you want to go to the actual web settings, you just have to click on the gear icon in the top right corner. This will lead you to the main entrance page, login page. You just have to enter your credentials, and you're in the configuration now. So as you can see here, there are a lot of sections. I'm going to cover the most important ones. One of the main things of this switcher is the versatility in terms of connectivity methods that's implementing. In terms of network, there are three important workflows that you can use. The first one, the default one, as I said before, is internal hotspot. So no network connected to the switcher. Okay, the only way that you are going to be able to share content with the switcher is going to be either through the wireless transmitter dongles, okay, once they are paired to the switcher, or connecting your laptop, mobile device, etc., to the Wi-Fi that creates the switcher. Okay, so once you do this, you will be able to share content with it. Also, and that's the way I'm doing it right now, you can plug a LAN cable and give hardwired connection to the switcher. Okay. Then you have a second working mode, wireless infrastructure mode. That's kind of a hybrid. Okay. This working mode, what's going to be enabling you, it's going to be allowing you to configure a common wireless network to the switcher. Okay, so every other device that is connected to this network will be able to share content with the switcher. Also, you will be able to have a wired network connection configured as well to separate between, for example, a guest and a staff network, a public network and a one that's only permitted to the crew that's conducting the configuration or operation of the switcher behind the sheets. And then also the last configuration that you can implement is completely through hardwired, only cable, so no wireless besides the dongles. Okay, these are the three network modes that you can use. Let's keep going. For example, here you have Ethernet configuration. Okay, another important one, password to connect to the switcher can be randomly randomly be updated. You can also put a timer to it. Okay, now it's 2 hours, but you can configure whatever you want. You can take it off. You can do it up to 1 day. So it's very interesting to maintain some sort of security in terms of connection. Okay. What else? For example, another cool feature is that one. Home screen customization. This is something that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So now, for example, what we have selected is the default one. Okay, let me show you again. The main page. So now what you should be seeing is again my home screen. One moment. Okay, now you have my home screen again. What I'm going to do is to change background. That's it. It's as easy as this one, as this. Just clicking. Okay, when you click, it automatically changes. You can add more than one background, so you can have one for each situation. You can even change the color font, okay, of the information down below to adjust to the contrast or the nature of the picture. You can delete it as well. You can go back. It's as easy as this. Also, take into account that this information can also be removed. Okay, so this will help in terms of customization of the corporate or brand image that the company that you install this solution needs. Okay, so let's move on. What else do we have here? Moderator control. You can either turn it off, or you can either do it in a more compact way. Here's the menu that allows you to configure it, to set it. You have also different layouts, fixed, but that are pretty common and that will help you accommodate your presentations in the fashion you want. So let's go back, for example. Let me share again screens. As you can see here, we have 3 screenways, but we can go on the top. Okay, I click here. Now they have changed. Let me show you this a bit better. So I'm now changing live, okay. Pretty useful as well. When a new user comes in, obviously it moves everyone to the other position, okay. And when you are in one user fashion, it just, for example, if I click here, if I click just to one, every time I enter and go out, this screen is not going to be split. It's going to remain as a one single user layout, but it will switch sources. Okay. Perfect. What else? What else? This is another interesting feature. You can also control the wireless dongles that are connected to the switcher. From here, you have all the information, which kind of device it is. Here, for example, we have USB-C, wireless transmitter, HDMI, and the app. You can turn them on, you can turn them off. Also, you can see all the other devices that are paired. So first tab is all the ones that are connected. Second one, all the ones that are paired. Okay, you can remove them. So pretty interesting as well. Another interesting feature, presets. Okay, so take for example, you have more than one switcher in one installation, maybe college, university, you have one for each room. In terms of setting up, you can only configure one of them, download the configuration file, and upload it to the other ones to a quicker addressing. Okay. Another interesting feature is security profiles. As you can see here, there are 3 levels that go from less to more restriction, and also you have a customized one. So what does this do? You have various parameters that you can turn off or turn on. For example, AirPlay or Miracast. You can add a PIN code to add another layer of security. You can disable this kind of connectivity as well. As you can see here, the ones that are checked are enabled, and the ones that are not aren't, obviously. As I was saying, these 3 levels of security are fixed, but you can have this customization column that will let you enter the layout of security that you need for your application. And last but interesting as well is USB preview. Hello, Johan. Here you can see a preview of the camera that's connected, okay, to the switcher. Also, if you had here a speakerphone or a microphone, it would let you choose here which of the devices you want to use, okay? And finally, all the information that you need to know that you are updated to the final version, and also the serial number, okay? So this is VEO-SWC44. Just to end, I would want to add that the app is also let me share with you, also available in the wireless dongles. Once you connect, let me share with you one of the screens, this one for example. Let's do this one for example. Okay, so when you connect a dongle, it will also appear here as a USB flash drive hosting the app as well. So you only need to drag and drop it to your desktop, launch it, and you're good to go. Okay, so this is VEO-SWC44, a brief sneak peek. I hope you enjoy it.